I'm Ray Thomason, and in 1982, I was a trauma doc at LDS Hospital, and I'd had this intern who looked like Jesus, Steve Memnaugh, who would always wear his Hawaiian shirt, and he had his shoulder-length hair. And he was actually one of the best interns that had ever rotated through. And so we'd become friends. And of course, I always have a guitar with me wherever I am. So he'd heard me play. And he came into the ER one night and he said, "Hey, listen, Denny's kind of sick." And he said, "Here's a list of our songs. And here's a cassette tape of what we sound like. You think you could show up to the fairgrounds in 3 days and
sound that bad
and play and place at Denny? And then the next weekend is the Mash Bash." And so I, of course, I said, "Sure, I'll do it." Like I said, he'd heard me play, and he knew that I was a player, and so it was sort of funny. I went that first gig I played, and I had to be at the hospital at midnight and take over the shift. So I got my buddy to make it till 1. So I played with the guys and showed up at 1 and worked my shift, and at like 7:30 in the morning. A buddy of mine called and said, "Ray," he said, "where are you?" I said, "Well, Woody, I'm where you called me. I'm here in the hospital." He said, "Wow, your wife is really upset. You didn't come home last night." I said, "Yeah, I know. I told her I was going to do the gig and then go to work." He said, "Oh, yeah, by the way, pick up some milk, and she needs a quart of milk, and she needs a dozen eggs." And so then it began.
He looked so much like Wyman that nobody knew.
Okay, so this is what happened. So for the next 10 years, this is a funny thing. I was voted the Physician of the Year, and there was a big picture of me that they had in the ER, and at that time I had more hair than he did, and he was at this other hospital.
It was a long time ago.
He had a picture of him up. And every time I walked past it, when I'd go to that hospital, I'd go, "That poor sucker, he lost all his hair." But as I played for the first 10 years, literally, people would always come up to me and go, "Denny, dude, you've lost some weight. You're looking good." Because you put a ball cap on us both. We looked a lot alike.
You never told Denny this, did you?
Oh, of course, a zillion times. So, he's... And the truth is, despite the fact everybody called me Denny for 10 years, including all the guys in the band, it was...
who are you?
It immediately, it just resonated, and the purpose resonated. In '86, I was on the first transplant team in the state of Utah, and so I then kind of drafted off the brothers, and this mission of raising money and doing something for somebody else to make their lives better. That's what it's about. I had adopted a bunch of kids, and I had I'd done this medicine thing. For the right reason, and then did transplant. And so one of the things we needed to do was raise money for organ donor awareness. So, I just took the model of the Disgusting Brothers, and then we put together another band that we call the Texas Uprising Band. And then we would raise money, and then of course I got all the brothers to participate in that.
He got us to play the most insipid music until we loved it.
Finally. Texas music.
At first it was just we loved Denny. That's just sort of in my DNA. And I think it is for everybody in the band. The thing is, we all got to vote. We got to vote. That was our vote.
What?
That we want this to happen. We want this to happen.
Oh yeah. So I mean, that's the thing. And these guys who, I never knew any of them, and some of them had grown up together, and some hadn't, and we, when you're together 40 years, a lot of stuff happens. I've lost a couple of wives and a couple of sons, and
it's been a long trip.
It's these guys that got me through it. It's this band that got me through it. And they were there. They were always there for me. I was always there for them.
That was our vote.
Yeah. So, there are a lot of other guys that are a lot better than we are.
Doesn't seem to matter, though, does it?
But it doesn't matter, because nobody has more fun and cares more about it and cares more about each other and the brotherhood and the companionship, and we'll just all kind of flame out together.
And I think the people that come to hear us have the same vote.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know how many nonprofits we've played for. I mean, Explore, of course, is the mothership. It's the ground zero, right? And
Explore was a seed crystal.
Yeah, but it's something that some other people have tried to copy, and frankly haven't pulled it off.
No.
But so it's a beautiful thing.
You
and
can't copy it. You can only submit to it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. My first wife used to say, when you're married, you'll always wind up and get the situation where they read the laundry list of the things, your transgressions. You did this, you did this, you did this. And then she'd always end and go, and you were a disgusting brother. And I said, yeah.
Transgression.
I was a soccer coach, for 28 years. That got her too.
No.
So, I just always try to help other people, because that's kind of what we do. And it's been a big part of my adult life, and it's helped define who I am, and they've helped define who I am, and I've helped define who they are, and it's just we're all stuck together.
Mm-hmm. Well, these guys always introduce me as the different drummer, and I know that in Utah that's not a compliment, but I'm just trying to give them what they want. Whenever I leave the room to take a leak or get a drink, I hear some voice behind me say, "We need a different drummer."
Oh, that's horse shit. Each one of us could be replaced 10 times, but we really couldn't be replaced 10 times.
No.
Because it's just, I don't know, it just kind of all came together, and it's just kind of the right mixture, and then when we're on, we're on.
I don't feel like we assembled ourselves so much as we were assembled.
Yeah.
And we're kind of obedient to that assemblage.
I have to tell you, this is a great story. So my second wife, both died from cancer. The second one, when we went on our first date, our blind date. I picked her up, and she got in the car, and the first thing she said to me was, "Are you in that Disgusting Brother band?" And I said, "Do you like that Disgusting Brother band?" She said, "Yes, I really do." And I said, "Yes, I'm in that band." She said, "I've followed you guys for, I guess at that point, maybe 20 years. She had danced in front of me for 20 years. And
she's a good dancer, too. I danced with her.
I just, you know what? It's when you think about it, sort of the band brought her to me, I guess. And so, special.
My name is Paul Grace. I am the drummer for the Disgusting Brothers. And what a ride. What a ride. It's sort of like...
what year did you start?
79. Or 80. The first gig was in my basement, and the first public gig I played for at the Ho Ho Gourmet.
Gourmet Chinese
Ray
restaurant.
Bob, you should have been there, man. It was great. The waiters were
God.
cowering in the corner downstairs because the ceiling was coming down. They wouldn't clear the tables because we were playing Louie Louie, and they didn't want to risk their lives.
How did you get that gig at the Ho Ho?
That had to be Martha the Ham. Sorry, Martha Ham.
Oh my God! Oh.
Founder of Explore.
Oh my God! So I'm Ray Thomason, and I'm a physician in Utah, and I've done trauma medicine, and I've done liver transplant. That's what I do now. And I had the privilege and the honor of joining in 1982, and maybe it was for 8 years that I flew under the. I flew under cover as Denny Wyman, and literally people thought I was he, but the thinner version. And I play guitar and I play bass, and Mims and I we trade out back and forth. So I'm just always sort of the wingman, and it's a great place to be. And it's been a big part of my life, and I'm proud to be a brother. I think, as Crowther says, the music we play is good enough for who listens to, who it's for. It's kind of great not having to do this for a living, because then it becomes pure.
Yeah.
It's pure.
It's about a passion.
Yeah.
It's about our vote.
There you go.